Hey guys, we're back with another Destiny 2 video, and today I'm talking about the dual Destiny mission for the exotic class item. If you don't know what dual Destiny is, and how to get to it, I'll just give a quick little guide on how to do it. So first of all, you're going to go to each destination, each little mini destination except for the Lost City, and complete an overthrow. Obviously, you can't complete an overthrow in the Lost City. So you can start pretty much wherever you want. I would recommend starting in the landing. You go from the landing to the blooming to the impasse, or really, the order doesn't matter. But you're going to do an overthrow in each area. Then, at the end of the overthrow, you will see some text in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Something like, Secret Keeper of Savathun is near, something like that. And essentially, it should be the only ad on the map during this time, because after you complete an overthrow, essentially everything despawns, and it'll just be this Lucent Hive witch who you need to kill. And once you kill this witch, you have completed one of these 3 witches. You have to get 2 more, one more in the blooming and one more in the impasse. Then, once you have completed both of those overthrows and you've killed the witch, you will head back to the blooming and you will see this green pillar in the sky. Head to that green pillar in the refraction, and that will start the quest for the mission to start. I'm not going to talk too much about what happens in the mission. I'm going to show a little bit of gameplay here. But the reward will be an exotic class item that will reward you with 2 exotic armor traits. Which means, yeah, Prismatic's going to go dummy. Also, you can use these exotic class items on your regular light and darkness subclasses, which is amazing as well. Yeah, the build crafting potential just continues to increase, and yeah, Bungie did a really good job with Prismatic and these class items. So there's a lot of controversy about the fact that this mission is going to force you to play with at least one other person. It is a duo only mission, and I think most people are upset that maybe it wasn't marketed as that, and that does kind of ruin the surprise of a 2-man mission. You do need to throw a curveball to the community every now and then to surprise everyone. And if the mission wasn't so good, I would maybe see the reason why the complaints are there. But really, people are just complaining that they can't solo it. And here's the thing. You can just complete it once with a duo, and then you can farm the exotic class item on the Pale Heart. Any chest has a chance to drop it. I think some people were saying the landing is the best place to farm for it. But again, you only have to do it once. And it's a fun mission, right? I know that there are plenty of bad eggs in the community, and maybe you had a bad experience in the past and you don't want to LFG with someone. But listen, there are plenty of awesome people out there that will help you get this done. There are plenty of LFG servers, not to mention the in-game LFG, which you can find in the rosters tab, which is an excellent feature. There are so many ways to get this mission done, and trust me, it will be worth your time, both for the loot and for what happens in the mission. So don't take my word for it, though. Go do it yourself and experience, again, one of the best missions in the game. You really shouldn't give this mission a bad rating just because you can't solo it. You can't solo a raid unless you're one of the best players in the game, right? Most people who only play the game solo are incapable of, soloing a 6-man activity by themselves. I would say most of the solo content in the game, it still exists. Dungeons are soloable, patrol zones. I mean, you could solo GM Nightfalls. Esoteric literally does it on the daily. But again, those players, they're on a different level, right? Like Glad and Vendetta two-manning the Witness. That's awesome for them, but most people are in just don't have the time to practice or the willingness to do it, and that's understandable because it's literally their job to play games, and they can just keep trying and banging their heads against it, and you know they're professionals essentially. They're professional raiders, so you should not compare yourselves to those kinds of players when it comes to, you know, soloing a whole raid. That's honestly one of the it's the hardest raid. Salvation says it's definitely the hardest raid ever in Destiny history. So good luck soloing that. If you're complaining about soloing Dual Destiny, you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be, because we ask for these missions to be phenomenal, right? These secret missions, and this is one of the best. It's also just a nice example of mixing up how many people can be in a mission, right? We saw it with Excision. Now we have a 12-man activity, and hopefully that opens the door for more 12-man activities. I mean, a 12-man raid would be just, it would be crazy. You'd probably need like 2 separate Discord calls or something, but it could be fun. I don't think that will happen for a while, but 12-man missions are definitely something that are doable. And 2-man missions are cool. I'd be all for like 4-man missions, 6-man missions. I mean, we have had 6-man seasonal activities like Catch Crash, and the one from Season of the Lost, I think there was a 6-man thing, or maybe I'm thinking of Defiance. I can't remember. But we've had, you know, 6-man missions here and there. You have Dares of Eternity, which is kind of like a arcade mode, I would say. So, you know, the more they continue to mix things up and just make it so mechanics feel different, missions feel different and are fun, I'm here for it. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Leave a positive rating if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you haven't already. It's free, and a lot of people who watch are not subscribed, and I'd appreciate it a lot. But as always, your viewership and just watching and discussing this stuff with me is plenty, and I will see you in the next one.